Let's get into my thoughts on 51% to 75% of the way in a fourth wing. This was one of my favorite parts. Like, this whole little section, my favorite. Let me start by saying that I think that the fact that Violet starts channeling while Tairn is out there getting hot and heavy with, I think it's pronounced Segel, something like that. His mates, while they're getting it on, Violet is channeling and she is feeling the feelings and emotions. And she was ready to pounce on Liam. And I just felt so bad for Liam because he's up here, why are you looking at me like that? And Violet's just like, oh my gosh, somebody please help me. Y'all, Xaden tried to teach her how to shield. That man said, ask me nicely. Okay. Y'all, this whole little section of this chapter, whatever this was everything. Okay, all the way down to when Violet and Xaden started making out because they dragons was getting hot and heavy and they was just feeling the feeling. And they start and I was like, oh, period. It's about time. Y'all, it was giving the ultimate slow burn. The ultimate slow burn. Because it was the fact that they were both like, this is a bad idea. We'll probably regret it in the morning. And then, boom. I was eating it up. I really did appreciate the fact that Xaden stopped himself. Like, he's like, look, I'm not about to act on desire that's not yours. Because this is not, we not doing this. I really respect him for having the strength to be like, yeah, no, it's not going down like that. So this is why I love him. I was actually very excited that this whole little section pretty much was Violet and Xaden getting Xaden getting closer to each other pretty much because he decided to take over her training and everything because he just felt like he could help her out better. And then when we found out that Violet and Xaden had a mind link, y'all, I was like, Violet, you better figure out how to work it because the way that he was in her head was not fair. It was not fair at all. And it's like he knows what he's doing. And I also want to talk about the fact that, look, okay, I get it. Like, you know, I get that Violet was feeling very conflicting feelings about the whole thing that happened with Jack. You know, I get it. I get it. We're not going to act like this man did. Just sit here throughout the entire book and talk about you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna act like that. And then when we found out she was a lighting wielder, y'all, I was in the bed like, period, that's my girl Violet, period, because my girl got the powerful dragon and she a lightning wielder. Like, come on now, it don't get no better than that. Chapter 30, the whole chapter was, I was very happy that Violet and Xaden decided to give in to their feelings and their emotions, and I'm glad they had a grown conversation and talked about it because they were sitting there playing with each other and it was like blatant as day that they liked each other. Like, even like their other squad mates and their friends could tell, like, okay, like clearly you have some sort of feeling towards that person. So I'm happy they were able to talk about it and get it under control. And I actually really like how straightforward Violet is.